Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Descent Devlog number 4, and I'm your lovely host, the Story Dev. Now, before we do anything, let's figure out what the goals for this devlog are. First, I want to edit the ranged weapons a bit. Next, I want to brainstorm how the game's world will work, level design wise. But without further ado, let's get developing. Did you guys like that? Was that cool? After using the gun for a while, I don't like it. Compared to the melee, the blaster just doesn't feel nearly as satisfying. Also, it just feels kind of cheaty because, it doesn't take any energy, you don't have any sort of cooldown. I just have to click it multiple times to do significant damage, or hold down the button just to friggin' miss again! While I do like the charge shot, there has to be an easier way to implement it. And I think I know how. Currently, the ranged weapons work like this. You hold the firing button. If you let go quickly, a normal bullet will fire. If you hold it down longer, then when you let go, it'll shoot out a stronger shot. Then you may be thinking, oh, that doesn't sound too bad. But if you're dealing with a horde of enemies, it's like you're playing flipping cookie flicker. While that game is lovely, when I play the Descent with ranged weapons, I currently have to spam the left mouse button. And assuming that people would play this game a lot, which hopefully they do, I highly expect finger cramps to pop up. So instead, let's change the system. Instead of the hold to charge thing, we're gonna use a switch strength kind of thing. First off, to shoot, you just hold down the left mouse button and you'll automatically fire. After a preset cooldown, of course. Each ranged weapon now has a certain delay time before you can fire again. And once that delay time reaches 0, it'll automatically spew out a bullet. Now you may be thinking, but what about the charge bullets? Remember that button we're using to use counterattacks for melee weapons? That button is going to be reused with ranged weapons to toggle between normal and charged shots. Not gonna lie, at first this new system had a lot of balancing problems, which I'm still gonna keep working with till I'm happy with. I'm chill with it right now, but some tweaks are probably gonna be made. I made it so that the shots actually take some energy too, with normal shots being fairly cheap, but the charged shots being just about as expensive as the melee attack. Of course, these energy costs will be different for every weapon, as I assume that some charged attacks for a certain weapon will be like way stronger, and then other strong ones will be probably a little weak comparatively to other charge shots at least. But yeah, I do not like how it is now. Next up is the brainstorming segment, which actually we're gonna do this a bit differently. That's much better. Okie dokie, out and about in nature. Of course, not too much with nature because I hate bugs, and also I don't like touching grass. I mean, I touch grass every now and then, just like, for funsies. But even just looking at the chickens that my mom has, which they suck because we can't eat them yet. But hey, eventually we'll be able to eat them, and maybe they'll lay eggs, maybe not. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get started. But how are we gonna brainstorm? What are we doing? I have no, this bad boy is? Yeah, yes sir. We're gonna kind of brainstorm a bit here. I wish I could set this up somewhere. Too bad I can't. So right off the bat, I'm thinking kind of open world design, okay? I'm thinking like a bit of a mix between Metroidvania and just completely open world. What I mean by that is like, most Metroidvanias, you got a pretty open map. You can pretty much go wherever, whenever. Some Metroidvanias do kind of block off past places once you reach a certain point. I don't want to do that. I want you to be able to go wherever, whenever, because we're going to have a lot of different locales with a lot of different things that you can pick up that are going to be pretty important. So definitely want you to be able to go back whenever, wherever. So with that in mind, we don't want to make boring places. We definitely don't want anything like this. This is not what we're looking for. This is not the bee's knees. First off, because of the player's movement mechanics, we're gonna want way more wide open spaces. Let me just wipe this off real. I think I might have just used permanent marker on here, so that's not good. It'll come off with, I'll get it off, but we won't worry about it right now. So with this open space mentality in mind, we gotta figure out where this map is gonna start.
and that's gonna be the tutorial place. If you don't know, on my main channel, I did an interview with a game developer, one of my favorites, Kultiski, and they talked about how they usually start at tutorials. And I've never made a tutorial for a game I made, mostly because all my games have been pretty short, or I just dropped it and never really put too much thought into it. But we're gonna change that today because we're gonna think about a tutorial. Now, just to be clear, we're not gonna make the tutorial in this video. That's another video. Maybe next video, maybe the video after. We're not doing that today. We're brainstorming, okay? We're thinking about the flow. We have a few systems that the players should get to know about pretty early on. First off is, of course, movement, which, let's be honest, most people have played top-down RPGs before. Most people know what WASD and arrow keys mean, so we don't need to worry about that too much. Let's just give them space to move around in, you know? They're also going to be dashing pretty early on, because we want to go ahead and let them know that dashing is a thing they can do. So I'm also going to implement that a bit, just a little bit. I've decided I'm going to actually clean this off, because like I don't have any space to put this tutorial level at, so I mean I kind of have to. So give me just a second. Okay, we're back, and I did my best. I did my best to clean it off. It looks pretty clean now. So hopefully we're gonna use the correct Sharpie this time. So let's see. We want open level design, and we want it to kind of have a bit of a flow. So first things first, let's put this in the thing up here. First thing we want to learn is movement. We want to make sure the player knows how to go left, right, up, and down, and you know, get used to like the way it moves. Next thing we definitely want them to know is dashing. Dashing is very fundamental. Dashing is very important. Dash. Then we probably want to teach them how to attack and use their weapons. So we're probably gonna start them off with the melee. Yeah, so I did not spell melee, right? Hopefully y'all can read that. Hopefully it's not backwards. It's probably backwards knowing my luck, but you know, we'll see what happens. So after the melee attack, we definitely want to do swapping weapon and shooting, because that's going to be the secondary, at least for the start. So we know what we want to teach them, right? So let's get a level that can teach them, right? Let's have the level like gradually open up. So we start in like a pretty small space, you know. So no, we got it, you know, we gotta open it up a little bit. Yeah, a little something like this. A little something like this. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's nice. I think it's cool. I think it's chill. Obviously, it's probably not going to look like this at the end, but at least we know like the kind of flow we're going for. Movement, dashing, attacking, shooting, you know. And then, of course, at the end of all that, we're going to want to know about that fancy smancy ability. But that's going to have to wait until the next video to know what that's all about.